building on the large volumes of gas resource that have been found in the Rovuma Basin, it's my belief that Mozambique is destined to become one of the major sources of supply for global LNG over the next decade. Anadarko, leading the Area 1 consortium, are playing a significant part of that, and we hope to be able to talk about some good news later on next year. A focus on local content is really at the heart of a lot of how we're doing business here, and we know it's also a priority for the government. We had an absolute landmark event up in Pemba on the 10th of August, where His Excellency Philippe Nyusi helped lead a whole series of presentations in which we outlined Anadarko's plans for local content and how local contents and businesses could work with us. We followed that up with half a dozen skill fairs around the country in various towns, where we've further elaborated on the type of work we'll be looking to do and how companies can work with us. And the follow-up phase for that now is further workshops and seminars talking about skills training and certification. Massive amount of effort going into this. There's a lot of activity going on in the Rovuma Basin at present. Both Area 1 and our neighbours Area 4 are working hard on our plans of development. We actually had our plan of development approved in February of this year. We're now working very hard on the gas sales agreements that we have in place and turning those into binding contracts. Once those are all done, which we expect to do before the end of this year, the project financing that we're looking to use to finance the project will click into place, and then the first half of next year is all about getting the necessary approvals. We hope then sometime during the first half of the year to be able to make a final investment decision, and that's when the gun goes off and the project really starts. But what I would add is the final investment decision is maybe something of a misnomer, because we already have about 3,000 workers on the ground in Afungi working on resettlement, building an airstrip, tripling the size of our camp accommodation, and building an access road. So that's 3,000 workers working on more than $500 million of projects. So you can see we're very serious about this, and once we get started, we will really get going. I think what is helpful here is it helps get the messages on what we're actually doing on the project out to the wider community. That would include a lot of our external stakeholders who can be a part in helping us secure our goals, and in particular the various approvals that we're going to need from governmental agencies. And I would add that we've been getting tremendous support from the government and the governmental agencies. There's solid alignment in terms of both Anadarko and the industry and the government wanting the same things, which is long-term sustainable gas supply, which will bring in revenues for the country, which will help the country, help its people, and I also like to add all future generations of Mozambicans.